Myanmar democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi has just kicked off a 17-day visit to the United States. I want to talk about her with Ernie Bauer. He's a senior advisor and director of the Southeast Asia program at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. Ernie, thank you so much for joining us. It's hard not to feel inspired by seeing those images of this woman who managed to stand by in a nonviolent way, stand up to a military dictatorship, and finally was able to get her country on the path of democracy, which is part of what we're seeing with this visit to the United States, a country coming out of isolation. However, she faces incredible challenges still ahead, doesn't she?
She does, and you're right. I mean, she's an amazing person. The bitterness is just not there. For having been under arrest and under house arrest for almost 2 decades, she is talking about moving the country forward, but she faces great challenges. Well, there is real reform underway in Myanmar. She's sort of got to thread the needle working with the current president, Thein Sein, who will also arrive in the United States in just a couple of days.
And she's already faced criticism. She's realizing that it's one thing to be a dissident and then another thing to be a politician. There are people who've criticized her for the fact that she's decided to push for the lifting of import sanctions on her country, something which the military wants her to do.
Well, it's not only the military. I mean, you're right. She is a politician. She's representing the people of Myanmar. And what they want most is jobs. And they want a chance to build for their families and have an opportunity. So I think what she is saying when she talks about easing sanctions is, look, there's still a rough road ahead, but I need the economic momentum to promote the political reform. And I think the United States will probably take that signal and act on it.
However, there are many dissidents, especially exiled dissidents, who have supported her in the past, who are disappointed with us. And they say that the United States is losing the leverage that has helped it gently urge and push this process of democracy forward.
Yeah, I really disagree. I mean, I think the United States could turn sanctions back on tomorrow. And they would if there's backsliding in this government. So I think what you'll see is a concerted effort by the White House and the Congress when she receives her Medal of Honor tomorrow on the Hill, to say, look, we want to support reform, political reform and economic reform in Myanmar, and we're going to ease these sanctions, but we could always put them back on if Myanmar slips the other way.
And Ernie, I wanted to ask you, this is such a rare achievement that a political dissident who was under house arrest for 15 years is able to reach to this point. This is so rare to see in the history of the world. What are the lessons? Well, what can we draw from this amazing achievement?
Well, it's inspirational. What it shows you is a committed leader can change the world. And she has done that, almost like Mandela, we have to say. She has personified the hope of a nation, the hope for democracy, and the hope for a better life. And now we're seeing that happen. I've spent the last 3 or 4 weeks in Myanmar, and it's really exciting. You can feel change, and people have a lot of hope. But there's real decisions and a real long commitment by Aung San Suu Kyi and the government to make those changes real.
Such profound changes do not happen overnight.
No,
absolutely. Ernie Bauer, Senior Advisor and Director of the Southeast Asia Program at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. Thank you for talking with us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.